Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Um, what a week. What a week. We had the squeeze of the century, right? Definitely, definitely. So I know that there's a lot of people sort of shaking their heads over this one. First, the VIX, my goodness, it crashed very much this week. Kind of historical too. That's a huge amount of range between last Friday and today. That Let's take a look at this. And down to the daily too, 14.92. So a $3 range, but compared to what we were expecting with the implied volatility rising and the dealer dropping the max pain and everybody wanting it to sell off and are being where we were, as far as ES on the quarterly three, it is incredible. Or the 6 month three. So we're now at the 90-day two, above the 6 month three, and if they're going to, hold this above that 6 month three and have us into the wings, or the 6 month wings, heading to the 7,000, which looks like could be the plan for Christmas, then we definitely want to get on the other side of that 90-day too, right? Um, but what a squeeze. What a squeeze. Kind of rejected right there at 64.30 on my 90-day too. Incredible squeeze. Monthly two, right above it, 64.39. And we're at our weekly one, 64.33. So just a remarkable melt up, unexpected for summer. NQ largely stayed inside the daily range. Didn't quite make it up to its first weekly one, so there's a divergence between NQ and the ES. ES made it to the top of its weekly range, and we stayed inside, which is a tell for going into maybe next week. The monthly one for NQ sitting right above, and so we're looking at that 23,520 to 23,546, and that's going to be a huge level for next week, the 23.5, which matches our quarterly 90-day ones also. So again, we broke our 6 month levels and have migrated up to this 23,500 level for next week. S&P 500 out in the stratosphere. Not really anything to stop it. 64.50 next stop. Well, we do have this monthly levels at 6,400. So we could be, topping out right here. I know you don't want me to say that. 6,400, 6,417, and the VIX. What a squeeze. What a squeeze. Just was not meant to come down this low. Broke that 15 also. That was a huge amount of GEX. So, what about the other markets real quick? Take a look at them. Crude sold off down to its daily two. Inside of its weekly ones, just sort of sitting there, not going anywhere. It's sort of a flat market, and we're definitely moving down towards the middle end of this range, as well as a quarterly, coming back towards that quarterly one. Gold sold off because people are financing their equity purchases with gold and Bitcoin. Sold off to daily three and then just sort of melted up to the daily two during the RTH. Don't you hate that? Globex gets all the move and RTH just sits there. The monthly ones will be the target for next week. Did I say the one? I'm sorry. What is wrong with me? The monthly mean, 3370. 3360, somewhere in there. The quarterly looks like it sort of arrived at target now. So 3325 and bounced right on my quarterly mean. Never got the bounce off of it. And Bitcoin, it flattened out. This was expected. We were expecting the Bitcoin to come down, but I thought that it would bounce a little bit. Bounced off the weekly one. So we did get the bounce here. And we did get the bounce off the monthly one. And that quarterly one bounced. But it didn't bounce as great as I thought it would. So we got the bounces where I was expecting. Just that, they're selling the Bitcoin for the equity rally. If the equities do pull back, that will, of course, flip that Bitcoin around to the other side. And that's about all we have. It was just a painful squeeze for everyone who was sitting there poo-pooing this American rally. I mean, from the low of where we started in April to where we are is in incredible. Um, I mean, that's like a 25% rally off of the April low. So, just amazing. Um, and like I said, you don't want to hear this, but we could be closing in on this at least for this week, for next week, because it'll be a flat week going in next week with a little downward bias, definitely. And then we get a new month, of course, in August. So we'll see what happens. You have your August, September week market potentially. So to gear up for that October, November, December rally. Um, and I know what's on everybody's mind right now. It's at 7,000. Definitely take us there. That would be fantastic. That's the 6 month R vol, 6 month three. The H vol down here, 6 month. See how it held it? And there's the target. So it goes from the H vol to the R vol. All right. So thank you so much. I hope y'all have a good evening. And sorry for the technical difficulties today. We'll get everything worked out and get us back up and running for Monday.